grooming gangs and the national inquiry Keir Starmer did not want. This damning 200-page audit explains why government troubleshooter Tsar Louise Casey thinks it's vital. This issue, she thinks, has gone on for so long. The report's timeline starts 16 years ago, and it goes through year after year of missed clues. In 2010, Asian men in Derbyshire and separately Pakistani men in Rotherham were convicted of targeting younger women. And ever since then, this has been a pattern explored in newspaper reports, in documentaries, in dramas, in multiple inquiries at local and national level. But the conclusion of this report is we are still in denial, still not tackling it properly, still going on with, last year, and in 2023, 700 recorded offences of group-based child sexual exploitation in that year, 2023. And this is likely to be even an underestimate. It's highly unlikely that this accurately reflects the true scale of the problem. And it seems it's getting worse. The report pointed out that child sexual abuse and exploitation is falling in children's services despite a rise in police reports of child sexual abuse. This, despite a decade of promises from the politicians that have been dealing with it.
We have taken action.
We can never allow that to happen again.
Today's announcements represent the most robust response of any government to tackle this awful crime.
Now, this is quite something in the report. It says ethnicity is shied away from despite being a question for many years and is still not recorded for 2/3 of perpetrators. And while the data isn't comprehensive, nevertheless, the report concludes that in 3 councils, there has disproportionately been a group of child sexual exploitation offending by men of Asian ethnicity. Now, the next point for me is the biggest one, on so-called expert panels that are held when things have gone wrong, and they don't deal with the hardest points. Look at this section. More often than not, the official reports do not discuss the perpetrators, let alone their ethnicity or any cultural drivers. There is a palpable discomfort in any discussion of ethnicity in most of them. That's incredible. There's a whole chapter of this report just called denial. So Louise Casey has demanded an independent commission with full statutory powers available to them, able to compel witnesses where they refuse to cooperate. And it continues, each investigation will call witnesses to give evidence and will require records to be submitted. It's taken months of pressure to get this far. Listen to Keir Starmer being challenged in January by Kemi Badenoch.
Why won't he have a national inquiry?
Mr. Speaker, we've had a national inquiry.
Is this truly the end of the decades of failure for victims?